Very good morning, students. So let us continue the video with the probability multiplication theorem basic problems. So let us see example number 46. I hope till the last video you are following all the videos. Or following all the questions which have been taken as a video. So now today I would like to give few more example questions from the same concept. Look at here, example number 46. A red ball is drawn from a bag containing 2 red and 3 white balls. So a red ball is drawn at random, it seems, which has 2 red and 3 white balls in a bag. Find odds in favor and odds against the event. Here what is the event? Selecting a red ball is the event. Let us consider. Let R be an event of getting red ball. R be an event of getting red ball, right? Next, find odds in favor. See, favor is getting red ball, against is not getting red ball. Very simple logic. Clear, guys? Now let us see there. Total number of balls, 2 plus 3, 5. So there are total number of balls 5. Out of these, odds in favor. So therefore probability of favor of the event. Favor of the event is getting red ball. So reds are 2, total is 5. So favor of the event is 2 by 5. Then probability of against event is 3 by 5, complementary the other one, isn't it? So question it is asked, one is favor, another one is against of the event. And what is the event here? Getting a red ball is the event. Now this is the question. Therefore the odds in favor is 2:3. Odds in against is 3:2. This is a problem. Very simple problem, guys. What event it is asked, that should become the favor, and the other one would become the against, complementary one. Clear? So this is the question. Example number 46. Now this is video number 14 from the probability concept. So let us see few more examples now. Look at the next question. The odds in favor of A solving the problem are 14:16 and odds against B solving a problem are 8:6. If both of them try independently, remember this word, if both of them try independently, what is the probability that the problem is solved? See here, problem is solved means either A can solve the problem or B can solve the problem, and both A and B also can solve the problem. Are you clear, guys? Right? So or case it is either A or B case, at least one case. Either A can solve or B can solve, or both A and B can solve. First, the odds in favor of A solving the problem are 14:16. Therefore, given favor means probability of A, 14 out of, you are not supposed to write 16. Remember, guys, 14:16 means the total becomes 30. Right? Out of 30, 14. This 14 is favor and 16 is against. A solving the problem. And here 8 is against 6 is favor, because question is asked against. Here favor. So favor to A is 14. Against is 16. Here against B is 8. Favor is 6. And probability of B dash. You understand why I have taken B dash? Complement. 8 to 16. That means 8 by 14. Are you clear, guys? How I have taken? Given probability of A is 14 by 30. So total is 30. Here the total is 30. And here the total is 14. This 8 is against. Here this 14 is favor. Are you clear, guys? Now according to that the probabilities I have taken. At the same time, what they are asking, P of B dash is given. Then what about P of B? 1 minus P of B dash. That equals to 1 minus of 8 by 14. Definitely P of B is 6 by 14. Are you clear, guys? Now, both of them try independently. Independently means P of A and B are independent. Therefore, product of those two, A and B, that equals to 14 by 30 into P of B is 6 by 14. That equals to 6 by 30, 1 by 5. P of A intersection B is 1 by 5. Now, the problem is solved. Either A or B. P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That equals to P of A is 14 by 30 plus P of B is 6 by 14 minus P of A intersection B is 1 by 5. Simplify this one. 30, 14 as well as this one. You will be getting the answer. What would be the LCM? So either in terms of decimals also it can be written, guys. So decimals you write down here. 14 by 30 becomes 0.4666 plus 6 divided by 14, 0.4285 minus 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. Ultimately, what is the answer? 0.4666 plus 0.4285 minus 0.2. 0.6951. That is the answer. Guys, do you understand the problem here? Here A and B we know they are independent. Right? So look at this question now once again. The odds in favor of A, solving the problem. Favor is 14, against is 16 for A. And then 8 is against, 6 is favor for B according to the question. So those probabilities you need to write down here. Probability of A solving the problem is favor 14 by 30. And then here against also will become, P of A dash will become 16 by 30. Against, that is. But we need not take the against. We have to take only the favor. Right. So P of B dash is given 8 by 14. And then what about P of B? 6 by 14. Now, both the cases, solving only should take, favor only should take. That's the reason here P of A is favor. Against is given. From the against we calculated the favor. Clear? So favor, both favor. So P of A, this one is needed and this one is needed. That's it. So after calculating that one, P of A intersection B, right? Because A and B are independent, multiply each other, you get this one. Finally, the question what it is asked, what is the probability that the problem is solved? Problem is solved means either A can solve the problem or B can solve the problem, and A and B together also can solve the problem. But when they are together calculating, they are independent. That's why this formula has been applied. Dependent means again we have to apply conditional probability, A given B or B given A. But here the independent, clearly in the question it is mentioned. Right? If the both of them try independently, Then A union B equals to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. A union B means at least one solving the problem. Right? Either A can solve or B can solve. Both A and B can solve. Finally, the problem should be solved. That's it. So according to the formula, substitute those values here. You get the answer 0.6951. This is the example number 47. Very important guys. Odds against and odds favor. Remember, and never ever write 14 by 16, 8 by 6 this way. You are not supposed to write. Total together should be taken. Right? 14 to 16 in the sense 14 is to 16. Here it is 8 is to 6. That's it. Ratio. Isn't it? Now this is the solution. Now let us see example number 48 now. Look at this question now. Example number 48. If probability of A is 0.8 and probability of B is 0.5 and probability of A union B is 0.9. So this is the question. P of A, P of B and P of A union B. All the three are given, known. And find P of A given B. A given B means conditional probability. What is the formula of A given B? Probability of A given B equals to, which is the known part, B. That should be taken as a denominator. And then the intersection part between A and B. So this is the formula for P of A given B. Now, what exactly the question is given? P of A is given 0.8, P of B is given 0.5, P of A union B is given 0.9. Union is given, but we need here intersection. Isn't it? We need here A given B, and at the same time we need intersection. Now, as we know that P of A union B equals to non-mutually exclusive formula P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Everybody knows this formula. Take it as equation number 1. Right? Then substitute those values here. A union B is given 0.9. P of A is 0.8 plus 0.5 minus P of A intersection B. 0.9 you take to other side. And A intersection B you bring to LHS. Therefore, P of A intersection B value is 0.8 plus 0.5. How much? 0.8 plus 0.5. 0.13. 0.13 minus 0.9 is 0.4. Therefore, the intersection value is 0.4. Got the answer, guys? Now, substitute that here. Therefore, P of A given B equals to, substitute intersection value 0.4 divided by P of B is given 0.5. 0.4 by 0.5 means what is the value? 0.8. So this is the solution, this one. You understand, guys? Next, are A and B are independent? They are asking. A and B are independent. Independent means you know the formula. A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. P of A intersection B, answer you got 0.4. P of A is given 0.8 into P of B is 0.4. That means 0.4 equals to 8 into 0.5 is. So both are equal now. P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. Both are equal. LHS equals to RHS. Therefore, yes, A and B are independent. You understand, guys? So very simple problem. Just have a look once again. So this is the formula. P of A intersection A given B equals to P of A intersection B by P of B according to the conditional probability formula. as we know that A union B equals to this one. Why we have used this one? Because we need A intersection. Using these three formula, A intersection in which formula we get? In case of non-mutually exclusive. Clear? So in case of non-mutually exclusive, this formula is there. Substitute those values, you get A intersection B value. Now after getting A intersection B, substitute in the above formula P of A given B. You get the answer 0.8. There the question number 1 is done. Next they are asking the statement that are A and B independent. Independent means, as you all know the formula, P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. So multiply each other. If you multiply these two, definitely the answer 0.4 LHS should becomes equal to RHS. So therefore LHS equals to RHS 0.4 and 0.4. Definitely A and B are independent. Clear guys? So this is example number 48 and very important question. Remember, this is very important. Many times this question is asked. Let us see now example number 49. Look at the next question. Example number 49. If A and B are two independent events and probability of A is 0.6 and probability of B is 0.5, then find P of A union B. So union connecting to these when both the events are independent. Definitely independent means P of A intersection B. P of A into P of B. Multiply those two. 0.6 into 0.5. 0.30. Then P of A union B. P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Here A and B are independent. Therefore 0.6 plus 0.5 minus 0.3. How much it is? 0.6 plus 0.5 minus 0.3? 0.8 is the answer. Just a 2-mark question it is. Listen carefully. Right? So A union B we need to calculate. At the same time they said that A and B are independent. So independent means first independent case you calculate A intersection B. P of A into P of B. Then A intersection B follows the non-mutually exclusive case. In case of A or B, write down that formula. Substitute those values, you get the answer. Very simple question guys. So let's see. And then there is one more example, which is example number 49, example number 50. What is given example number 50? P of A is given 1 by 2. P of B is given 1 by 3. P of B given A is given 2 by 5. Find P of A union B. So this is asked. Now for this solution, A union B is asked, given P of B given A. So P of B given A, what is the formula? P of A and then P of A intersection B. So write down that P of B given A is given 2 by 5 into P of A you take to the LHS. You will be getting intersection part. Therefore P of A intersection B equals to 1 by 5. P of A intersection B is 1 by 5. Then P of A union B is asked. P of A union B. What is the formula? P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. So what would be the final answer? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. So LCM how much it will become? 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. LCM 30 it will become sorry, denominator part, and then 2 15 times, 15 plus 3 10 times, so 10 into 1 10, so 15 plus 10 25, 25 minus 6 19, so 19 by 30, 19 by 30 is the answer for example number 50. Are you clear, guys? So here A union B we need to calculate, but we have got P of B given A. Using the P of B given A, we can calculate P of A intersection B or not by applying conditional probability formula. First calculate A intersection B and then substitute here 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. LCM becomes 30 and then 2 15 times. So 15 to 1 15 plus 3 10 times, 10 into 1 10, 15 plus 10 25 minus 5 6 times, 6 into 1 6, 25 minus 6 19, 19 by 30 is the answer. Are you clear, guys? So let's see few more problems now. Example number 51. Look at their example number 51. It is just like a similar problem, guys. If you refer example number 49, you will understand example number 51 very easily. Nothing. Probability of A and probability of B they are given and they tried independently to solve the problem they have asked. So over. Finally, the problem is to be solved independently they asked. Therefore, probability of A union B equals to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Same kind of problem. Are you clear? So solve that one. Next, example number 52. One card is drawn from 52 cards. What is the probability that it is neither spade, it is neither spade nor an ace card. I mean, it's not a spade card and nor an ace card, it seems. First of all, what is the probability? First, let us consider the notations now. I mean events. Let A be the event that the card drawn is spade. So write down, let A is a spade card. So guys, better to write complete statement. Let A be an event of getting a spade. Let A be an event of getting a spade card and B be an event of getting which one? Getting an ace card. Let us consider two events A and B now. Let A be an event of getting a spade card and B be an event of getting an ace card. And then the event that card drawn is neither a spade nor an ace. That means A dash intersection B dash. This has to be calculated now. P of probability of A dash intersection B dash. That is the meaning nor A and nor B. Right? It's not even A. A means it's not a spade nor an ace card. That is the meaning of A dash intersection B dash. So first and foremost, spade and ace. So in spade, first of all, find out the relation between these two. Spade and ace card. Spade and ace, in spade cards, definitely ace card will be there or not. So spade and ace together, there is a card. What is that? A intersection B. P of A getting a spade 13 by 52. P of B getting an ace card 4 by 52. P of A intersection B. Why intersection? Because there is a connection between these two. Spade and ace. Out of 52, in spade ace card will be 1. 1 by 52. P of A intersection B. So we need to calculate P of A dash intersection B dash. So P of A dash intersection B dash means 1 minus of this. If you subtract, this only will become or not, right? 1 minus of A union B. So 1 minus of A union B means P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B, because A and B are non-mutually exclusive. So 1 minus of P of A is given how much? 13 by 52 plus A is 4 by 52 minus intersection 1 by 52. Therefore 1 minus of 13 plus 4, 17, 17 minus 1, 16 by 52. 1 minus 16 by 52 is, this is the solution. Very easy question, guys. Let B be an event of getting an ace card and A be an event of getting spade card. Therefore, we need to calculate neither spade nor ace. That means A dash intersection B dash we need to calculate. So, as you all know that probability of A dash intersection B dash is nothing but 1 minus of P of A union B. Right. So, 1 minus P of A union B. Substitute those values. 1 minus P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. After substituting those values, you get the answer 36 by 52. So that's the end of example number 52. From here, so little the higher level problems may come. So with this, I am going to wind up today's video. I hope everybody is doing good. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.